Hello, everyone. Welcome to Cody's Car Conundrum. I'm your host, Cody Wagner. No duh, right? Here we discuss everything from car news, culture, movies, stories, games, interviews, events, and so much more. Without further delay, on with the show. Hey everyone. Welcome to this week's Weekly News Roundup. Let's get right into it, starting immediately off with a recall, apparently. Tesla recalls exactly one Model X for being delivered without a necessary body reinforcement. The car was part of a batch of pre-production trial vehicles and was delivered to a customer due to an operational oversight. That is interesting. I feel like that would kind of explain why it doesn't have the necessary body reinforcement. Californian revelers steal from semi-truck during car takeover at busy intersection. The incident happened while hundreds of people blocked an intersection in San Bernardino to do donuts. Morgan swings for the fences by hiring Lamborghini's chief project management officer. The small sports car company is trying to find its path in an electrified world. Warner Brothers announces live-action Hot Wheels film. The film will be produced by J.J. Abrams' company, Bad Robot. J.J. Abrams, oh god. I wonder how they're gonna do it though. Not that it's bad. I'm really curious how they're gonna make that work. What 1990s cars still look and feel modern today? Technology has really advanced what we expect from vehicles, but some cars from the 1990s are surprisingly modern even today. Has to be an S-Class. Did Alfa Romeo's American boss just tell us the next Giulia will be an electrified crossover? Larry Dominique says that sedans are evolving and that the Giulia will evolve with them. Ford F-150 Lightning, more powerful than expected, pumps out up to 580 horsepower. The standard range pickup produces 452 horsepower, which is 26 horsepower more than original estimates. Tesla accidentally removed mile-per-hour indication in Model 3's track mode display. The EV maker will recall nearly 49,000 Model 3s that are affected by the same issue. Germany's biggest car club tells members to drive less, slow down to reduce Russian oil dependence. The German car club made the recommendation after Russia cut oil exports to Poland and Bulgaria. 2023 Ineos Grenadier starts at £49,000 in the UK, undercuts Land Rover Defender 110. Buyers get choice of 6-cylinder BMW gasoline and diesel engines. US prices and specs still to be, whatever C stands for, to be determined, to be announced. Aston Martin is chasing Ferrari by making its cars more bespoke and building more of them. Aston Martin will seek to emulate Ferrari as it looks forward to an electrified future made possible by shareholder Mercedes. New Lamborghini Countach LPI 800-4 looks amazing in black. Of the 112 Countach LPI 800-4s planned for production, this is thought to be the first one painted in black. Elon Musk sold over $8 billion worth of Tesla stock, likely to fund Twitter Takeover. The CEO's intended purchase of Twitter is causing issues for his electric car brand. EPA issues emergency fuel waiver for E15 to be sold this summer to help lower gas prices. The waiver goes into effect on May 1st and will be extended as necessary. Ford and Honda bail on 2022 SEMA show. While Ford and Honda are out, GM, Nissan, and Toyota are planning bigger and better displays. Lucid Motors CEO was awarded $260 million right before shares plunged by 67%. Although it plans to build less than 14,000 vehicles in 2022, Lucid's boss is one of the industry's best-paid CEOs. Mexico's Vimo orders 1,000 BYD D1s, forming the largest EV taxi fleet outside of China. The BYD D1, the BID D1 perhaps, was introduced in 2020 as an electric minivan designed for ride-hailing purposes. Ford recalling over 250,000 Explorers that could roll away while in park. A rear axle bolt could break, causing the drive shaft to disconnect. 2 Acura engineers will compete in 2022 One Lap of America and TLX Type S. The 2 engineers will compete in the 8-day 3,200-mile challenge that goes through 12 states. 12! Jesus. Steep rise in catalytic converter theft is alarming automakers. Toyota truck models are the most targeted, followed by Ford and Ram. The fate of BMW's compact models in the electric era is still undecided. While the 1 Series is up for a facelift and the X1 is getting a new generation, BMW has yet to decide whether to replace the UKL architecture in the fully electrified era. Lucid to sell up to 100,000 EVs to Saudi government over the next decade. The Saudi Public Investment Fund owns a 61% stake in Lucid Motors. VW may expand its Chattanooga plant to build electric pickup and ID Buzz. VW is also said to be considering establishing a battery cell plant in the US. Modified Super 73 e-bike wants to replace your golf cart, featuring a golf bag holder, a cooler, and a golf ball-shaped speaker. This is the golf cart reinvented. Audi wants faulty car windows to be recycled back into the Q4 e-tron. The glass factory will emit 75 fewer tons of CO2 per day thanks to recycling. Tata Avinya concept blurs lines between minivans and hatchbacks. Production EV coming by 2025. The concept is based on Tata's new Gen 3 architecture that will underpin a range of EVs. Down understeer. GR Yaris just wants to get close to nature. The Yaris driver gets a reminder that all-wheel drive only improves traction, not tire grip. V8 powered Batman tumbler replica has a $399,000 price tag. This tumbler replica currently resides in Kazakhstan and appears to have been built from the ground up. I wonder what V8 it has. More likely than not, either a truck V8, an LS, or a 5.0 Coyote. Formula E reveals new Gen 3 race car with more power and less weight. The next generation Formula E cars also ditch their rear physical brakes for regenerative ones. McLaren enters the metaverse world with MSO Lab, will include rare NFTs. MSO Lab will provide members with access to exclusive NFTs and include invites to McLaren events. Bentley teases new flagship models to debut May 10th. Could be the long wheelbase Bentayga. Bentley says that the vehicle will deliver a breadth of capabilities beyond anything previously offered. Stellantis to start building EVs in Serbia from 2024. A new fully electric model will be produced in, Serbia, following a $190 million investment. VW and BP, interestingly, rolling out 8,000 new EV chargers across Europe. Now, isn't BP an oil company? So for BP to roll out EV chargers is kind of antithetical to their whole business, isn't it? The new FlexPole chargers have an integrated battery storage system and work on a low-voltage grid. A bunch of 2019 to 2023 BMWs might have a sunroof issue, but it can be fixed with an over-the-air update. BMW will fix the issue at dealers and also roll out an over-the-air update to rectify it. Lotus details its first global store that's set to open this autumn in central London. Lotus Mayfair will include a 3-car showroom, which is enough for the Elytra, the Emira, and the Avija. The Pagani Huayra successor could be unveiled in mid-September. The new Pagani hypercar will be powered by a 6-liter twin-turbo AMG V12 and will be available with a stick shift. Chevy tries to steal Ford's thunder with new promo video for 2024 Silverado EV. The Silverado EV will arrive next year with 400 miles of range and up to 664 horsepower. 2024 Hyundai Kona shows off its Ioniq 5-inspired cabin in latest spy photos. The 2024 Kona will feature edgier styling, a nicer interior, and eco-friendly powertrains. Jaguar TCS Racing reveals concept livery for Gen 3 Formula E car. The livery will grace the car for testing before being replaced when Season 9 of Formula E racing begins. McLaren bringing this gorgeous F1-inspired 720S to Miami. Sorry, I don't know why I was struggling with that. To Miami Grand Prix. Sporting the F1 team's papaya orange and blue livery, the 720S will be involved in a number of activities throughout the Grand Prix weekend. The headlights in 129 Mercedes GLCs might not be watertight. Water could get into the headlights and could cause them to fail, which would be especially bad if it happened at night. 2023 Acura Integra starts at $30,800, but the manual A-Spec will set you back $35,800. The 6-speed manual is a no-cost option on the range-topping Integra A-Spec Tech Pack. Suzuki offices raided in Europe in diesel defeat device investigation concerning Stellantis supplied engines. Suzuki vehicles built in Hungary perhaps, are alleged to have used devices that allowed them to emit more NOx than permitted by European law. I'm surprised they had Stellantis supplied engines. I thought that Suzuki was more in bed with Toyota. This pre-production Ford Mustang Mach-E was painted bubblegum pink because of an error. That's what happens when you don't clear out your nozzle. Fortunately, this was an inexpensive mistake for Ford. That is going to be it for this segment, though. I will see you all after the break. While we take this short and elevator musicless break, I would like to inform you all that there is more CCC content for you to enjoy. For articles, videos, polls, quizzes, posts about the podcast, and even a little bit more, please head on over to my all-new Cody's Car Conundrum website, with a whole new design and all my content in one place, the new Cody's Car Conundrum website is the home of everything I do with CCC. Just go to codyscarconundrum.com to devour even more car-based content. Hey everyone, we are back, starting with the lone Tesla recall. Tesla sent the 2022 Model X out for delivery, despite it missing a bracket that provides additional reinforcement to the body structure at the second row seat. The automaker has been forced to replace that vehicle free of charge thanks to a recall action. Without the reinforcement bracket, the car does not meet the minimum loading requirements set by regulators in FMVSS 207 and 210. As a result, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or the NHTSA, also known as NHTSA, says that second row occupants may not be properly restrained in an accident, increasing the risk of injury. According to NHTSA or NHTSA documents, the Model X was actually one of a handful of pre-production 5-seater test vehicles, although it was built to spec in February. Testing revealed that the then current design did not comply with minimum loading requirements. The design of the vehicle set for series production was updated, and the pre-production trial vehicles were placed on a containment hold to prevent their release from the factory. In March, though, the updated specifications were retrofitted onto some of the trial Model X's. This specific Model X, however, was released from the factory without the new bracket installed, as a result of an operational oversight on March 3rd. As a result of an operational oversight. Not on March. Tried to combine May and March. On March 31st, it was delivered to its new owner, and by April 6th, when it completed an audit of its manufacturing, Tesla found that it had delivered the Model X in error. Tesla managed to contact the customer, though, and has now replaced the vehicle at no cost to them. The new vehicle has been fitted with the body reinforcement bracket. I would hope so, considering it's not a trial vehicle and went down the proper production line. Next recall, Ford Explorer. Ford is recalling 252,936 Explorers from the 2020 to 2022 model years because their drive shaft can disconnect and cause the vehicle to roll away while in park. According to the NHTSA, or NHTSA, the affected vehicles have a three-point mounted axle design, and on some units, the rear axle horizontal mounting bolt may fracture. As the defect description explains, powertrain torque through the driveline causes axle rotation of the pinion angle towards the subframe, which exerts a bending force on the rear axle bolt. It goes on to add, after numerous peak torque events are experienced, the bolt may suffer a fatigue failure, which will lead to the axle housing moving out of position, resulting in a condition described by customers and dealer technicians variably as loud, grinding, binding, or clunking noises. So affected vehicles are Explorer Police 3.3-liter gas and 3.3-liter FEV in the 2020 model year, assembled at Chicago Assembly, also known as the Chicago SHO Center. Build dates were November 10th, 2018 through September 27th, 2020. Then you have Explorer Police 3.3-liter gas 2021, not 2021. 2021 model year, assembled at the same plant, built between July 24th of 2020 through January 31st, 2021. Then we have normal Explorers, which all the model years are 2020, 2021, and 2022, assembled once again at Chicago SHO Center. Built between October 22nd, 2018 through September 27th, 2020, June 4th, 2020 through November 10th, 2021, and June 29th, 2021 through April 11th, 2022. If the rear axle bolt breaks, the drive shaft may become disconnected, resulting in a loss of transmission torque to the rear wheels, which is necessary to hold the vehicle in park. As a result, vehicles could roll away and potentially cause a crash or injury if the parking brake is not applied. The cause of the issue is a joint design that is not robust to peak axle input torques and manufacturing variability, with the primary contributor being an insufficient bearing area for maximum joint loads. There are two different fixes for the issue, as certain models will have a bushing and axle cover replaced, while others will receive updated software that engages the electronic parking brake when the vehicle is put into park. Owners should receive a notification in the mail in early June, and the repairs will be made at no cost. The automaker discovered the issue after reviewing warranty claims and noted as of April 5th of this year, there have been 235 warranty claims involving the rear axle bolt since December 2019. However, the company isn't aware of any accidents or injuries related to the issue. Next, we have the steep rise in catalytic converter thefts. Catalytic converter theft is plaguing the automotive industry, with a recent uptick causing Toyota to call for crime-busting legislation. According to Auto News, vehicles that have had their converters stolen are filling up dealerships' service departments. Depending on how much damage is done to the vehicle to get the converters out, the repair bill can be as high as $11,000 for some vehicles. The National Insurance Crime Bureau reported 14,433 converter thefts in 2020 alone, a massive increase from just 3,389 thefts in 2019, and officials hinted that the number for 2021 would be even higher. The top choices for converter thieves are the Toyota Tundra and Tacoma. These vehicles can have up to 4 catalytic converters per vehicle, and their high ride height makes it relatively easy to access the underside. In addition to the ease of theft, Toyota converters themselves have higher concentrations of precious metals than other brands. Other favorites include the Ford F-Series, Ram 1500, and four-cylinder powered Honda models. The reason for the theft of the parts is the high amount of precious metal found inside. Rhodium, platinum, and palladium act as catalysts for the dirty air, helping to clean it as it exits the tailpipe, leading to reduced CO2 emissions. The market price for an ounce of each metal is currently up to $16,600 for rhodium, $919 for platinum, and $2,200 for palladium. As for complete converters, metal recyclers will pay up to $1,500 for a single converter, while a full set of 4 Toyota converters is currently bringing from $500 to $1,000. Toyota Motor North America has called upon the automotive industry at large to work with police and legislators to devise a solution. U.S. Representative Jim Baird, in Indiana introduced the Preventing Auto Recycling Thefts or PART Act in January, which, if it passes, would recycle catalytic converters to be stamped with the VIN, in addition to setting up a record of converter buyers and codifying thefts as criminal offenses. This is a clean, straightforward bill that has the potential to solve a serious problem plaguing far too many vehicle owners and law enforcement officials across the country, Baird told Automotive News. Americans have enough to worry about, he added. Spending hundreds or even thousands of dollars replacing a required car part shouldn't be one of them. Next, we have the BMW sunroof issue. BMW has issued a recall impacting more than 61,000 vehicles due to a sunroof issue. A recall report issued with the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or the NHTSA, also known as NHTSA, reveals that impacted vehicles have a roof function control unit that may not fully conform to FMVSS 118, Section 4. More specifically, it may be possible to close the sunroof without the key fob present in the vehicle through other remote means. BMW states that were the sunroof closed without the key fob present, this could increase the risk of injury. The recall affects a host of models, starting with the 2022 430i Grand Coupe, 430i X-Drive Grand Coupe, and M440i X-Drive Grand Coupe models built between June 25, 2021 and February 24, 2022, totaling 3,400 vehicles. The recall also impacts 36,845 BMW X5 S-Drive 40i, X5 X-Drive 40i, X5 X-Drive 50i, X5 M50i, and X5M models built between July 12, 2018 and April 7, 2022, in addition to 6,921 examples of the X5 X-Drive 45e hybrid built from June 6, 2020 to April 7, 2022. Other models involved in the recall include 6,031 examples of the X6 S-Drive 40i, X6 X-Drive 40i, X6 X-Drive 50i, X6 M50i, and X6M built between July 15, 2019 and April 7, 2022, as well as X7 X-Drive 40i, X7 X-Drive 50i, X7 M50i, X7 X-Drive 60i, X7 M60i, and X7M. And Alpina XB7 models built between October 30th, 2018 and April 7th, 2022, totaling 8,024 vehicles. God, what a mouthful BMW trim names are. BMW, fix your crap, please. BMW first became aware of a potential issue in March 2022 during a testing and analysis program. An engineering review was initiated and revealed that certain aspects of the sunroof operation software may not have been appropriate for US vehicles. In fact, the roof function control unit had software containing functionality for other markets. Owners will be notified of the recall on June 13, 2022, and asked to take their vehicle to a BMW dealer to be fixed. Alternatively, an over-the-air update will be available. And lastly, the headlights in 129 Mercedes GLCs might not be watertight. Mercedes has issued a recall of the GLC as a result of a bad connection in the headlights that could allow water to get into the assemblies, potentially leading them to short out. The recall affects the 2021 Mercedes-Benz GLC 300 and the GLC 300 4MATIC, as well as the Mercedes-AMG GLC 63 4MATIC and the GLC 63S 4MATIC and the GLC 43 4MATIC. All vehicles were built between May 31st and June 28th, 2021, and may have received headlights that were part of a bad batch. Mercedes blames a deviation in the production process of the supplier for the issue, which causes certain connector sealing plugs not to be installed according to specifications. That could allow moisture to enter the light housing, which might lead the light to fail. Naturally, if that happened at night, it would be bad for safety and could increase the risk of a crash. Mercedes GLC owners may be tipped off to the issue before it becomes a problem by looking at their headlights to see if they are fogged. If a headlight fails, the driver will be warned with a message in the instrument cluster. Fortunately, any customers who own one of these vehicles will be covered by their warranty. If they experience the issue before the recall begins, Mercedes plans to get in touch with owners in June. They will be asked to bring their vehicle into a dealership where a technician will inspect the sealing plugs on the headlight electrical connection and the lights in general. They will then place the faulty part on affected SUVs, which the company expects to amount to be about 3% of all vehicles included in the recall. The inspection and replacements will be conducted free of charge. That is going to be it for this segment. I will see you all after the break for the final segment. Alrighty, everyone, we are back for the final segment. Elon Musk loses in bid. Loses in bid to get SEC to scrap 2018 agreement. A U.S. judge slammed Elon Musk's attempt to overthrow a settlement that he agreed to. Fair enough. Man faces up to 6 years in prison after hitting school bus while racing his Mustang. Is that the school bus that's turned over? How? Mario Perez injured a number of school students, but thankfully everyone made it out of the bus alive. Thank God. The Aura Good Cat GT really does look like a Porsche caricature. It looks like a Porsche is trying to look like a cat. The Aura, perhaps, Good Cat GT is available in China with a 48 kilowatt-hour battery or a 63 kilowatt-hour battery. Dacia builds its 10 millionth car after half a century. Dacia made its first car in 1968, and it took it 17 years to make its... Are you sure 17? 17 years? That's not right. Way more than 17. That's a typo on CarScoop's part. Anyway, it took them so many years to make its first million cars. Oh, it took them 17 years to make their first million. Okay, never mind. Michigan to dedicate part of I-94 between Detroit and Ann Arbor to autonomous vehicles. The stretch of interstate will get a lane dedicated to autonomous vehicle infrastructure. Brabus to take the Mercedes Maybach Gls to another level with 888 horsepower. The heavyweight luxury SUV can accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 4.2 seconds thanks to Brabus's upgrades. Nissan Z-Car race car revealed by Nismo will take part at the Fuji 24-hour race. Nismo's first race car based on the new Z could open the door for the rumored Nismo Z model. Longer, more powerful Mini Countryman Cooper S is thinking big for 2024. Next generation Countryman grows in size. Cooper S grows quad tailpipes, and FEV could grow to 322 horsepower. 2022 Ford Everest detailed in Australia as a diesel-only Ranger-based SUV. The new truck-based SUV from Ford is offered with 2 turbo diesel engines and 4 trim levels down under. UK car buyers are prioritizing fuel consumption and thinking about EVs. UK buyers are now prioritizing fuel consumption, I'm trying to speak too fast, over safety and design of new vehicles. Interesting. A little interesting. I mean, the Prius is totally there for you. Maybe not so much on the, sacrificing safety, but sure. Fiat electrifies the Dolcevita? Hopefully I got that right. I probably didn't. Special edition with the 500 and 500X mild hybrids. The mild hybrid open air 500 range gets the Dolcevita treatment with tasteful trim combinations. 2023 Toyota GR Supra debuts with new 6-speed manual, limited A91 MT edition. The manual is back, and it's paired to a turbocharged 3-liter inline 6. Hallelujah! Manual transmission, big engine, you'll love to see it. Have you ever seen a Restomod Toyota FJ40 Land Cruiser quite like this? Leighton Cars Classics has finished this Toyota FJ40 Land Cruiser in Militia Green matte paint. BMW's electric i7 and gas-powered 760i X-Drive will cost exactly the same in Canada. The 2 variants of the new Generation 7 series have different powertrains but produce the same amount of power. Toyota's Collaborative Safety Research Center announces 9 new projects, highlights past results. Toyota has been working on everything from driver education to monitoring drivers for irregular heartbeats. Hyundai to compete in the 2022 Rebel Rally with a Santa Cruz. The event starts on October 6th and runs until the 15th, with automotive riders Kristen Shaw and Jill, I'm sorry, I'm not even going to try and butcher your last name, taking the wheel. Jaguar Land Rover to partner with startups to accelerate its luxury transition. Jaguar Land Rover has already signed partnerships with 2 companies in Brazil. 46-year-old arrested after stealing ambulance. Why? Leading police on 80-mile chase. The man stole the ambulance after it was parked outside a fire station. Why, though? What are you going to use? Why are you such an idiot, my guy? Why? What possible utility? Jesus. And talk about a bad getaway car. Yes, that's going to be hard to pit maneuver, but the fact of the matter is it's also not very fast. I guess in the real world, that actually having a bigger vehicle as a getaway car makes sense, because it's a harder vehicle to stop. It's a harder vehicle to pit maneuver. Instead of like GTA, where you just take a rocket launcher and then pew. Hertz lays out 17 European road trips perfect for electric vehicle drivers. Kia keeps the first-gen Niro alive as a stretched-out electrified taxi. The Kia Niro Plus is based on the previous generation Niro and will be offered in hybrid, PHEV, and electric forms. Renault sells Avtovaz, what a weird name, to Russian Science Institute for just over $1. What? A cent? That's it? The sale is part of a mass exodus of corporations from the market amid the Ukraine invasion. Oh, okay, that makes sense. McLaren names ex-Ferrari tech chief Michael Leaders, hopefully I got that right, as CEO. German-born engineer has also previously worked at Porsche helping develop the Cayenne. Ford CEO teases new electric pickup that isn't the F-150 Lightning. The mystery truck will be built at the new Blue Oval City facility in Tennessee. What? The new BMW M3 Touring will be the dream M car for many enthusiasts. Offering the same performance but more practicality than the sedan, the BMW M3 Touring has a lot going for it. This gorgeous olive green Porsche 911 Turbo S just sold for $205,000. The owner of this Porsche 911 Turbo S also equipped it with the optional Aero Kit. VW shows us an early concept for an ID Buzz pickup truck. VW released an unseen design draft of a pickup based on the 2017 ID Buzz concept. Fast 10 director Justin Lin quits days after filming starts, will remain as producer. Lin has directed 5 previous Fast and Furious installments, but stepped down from the 10th over creative differences. Is that going to make Fast and Furious 10 better? Probably not. Tesla shares crash, losing $126 billion in value a day as Musk's Twitter acquisition spooks investors. Tesla's valuation had dropped by roughly $250 billion since April 4th, when Musk first confirmed he purchased a 9.2% stake in Twitter. New Range Rover Sport SVR snapped hiding its BMW powertrain. Oh dear, a Range Rover with a BMW powertrain? Where have we heard that before? The new Range Rover Sport SVR is expected to borrow its 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8 from the BMW M division. BMW and Audi suspend rail shipments to China amid war in Ukraine. Client insurance and increased risk of Russian confiscation are the causes. Volvo just made its car wow reviews awkward after buying stake in British company. What? Huh? Volvo says its partnership with Carwow will help its shift to online sales and EVs. In a very biased fashion, might I add. 2024 Audi A4 Avant Spi flaunting a more streamlined look. The 2024 Audi A4 is expected to be unveiled next year. 2023 Polestar 2 EV gets longer real-world electric range, new colors, and climate-friendly updates. Use of traceable materials reduces carbon footprint of each car, and blockchain tech ensures battery components are ethically sourced. 2023 VW Caddy e-hybrid Spi without camouflage in short and long wheelbase forms. The plug-in hybrid variant of the VW Caddy is set to arrive before the end of the year. 2023 Nissan Z launch delayed by chip shortage and COVID disruptions. The highly anticipated 2023 Z was due to launch in Japan in June, but is delayed until late summer. Weissman Project Thunderball is a €300,000 electric roadster with 671 horsepower. The first fully electric Weissman packed some serious power while staying true to its rear-wheel drive origins. Smart #1 available for reservation in China. Prices start from $29,000. whatever the equivalent of that is in China. The fully electric crossover will reach Chinese dealerships in the third quarter of 2022. 2023, Jaguar XE and XF gain new 300 Sport variants and updated tech. The Jaguar XE and XF 300 Sport have all-wheel drive and 296 horsepower. TVR Griffith with fully electric powertrain confirmed for 2024. TVR is accelerating its electrification process while announcing Formula E partnership. North America didn't get the incredible E92 BMW M3 GTS, but you can buy this convincing clone. The stripped interior reduces weight and a stroker kit stretches the V8 from 4 liters to 4.6 liters. Ford begins production of the F-150 Lightning at historic Rogue plant. Now we wait for the first deliveries to make it to dealers and customers. Dodge confirms new Hornet will be revealed this August as a plug-in hybrid. The new Dodge Hornet is likely to be built in Italy and will get an electrified powertrain. 2023 Hyundai Ioniq 5 launches in the UK with larger battery. The 2023 Hyundai Ioniq 5 will also be available with digital wing mirrors and a digital rear view mirror. 2023 Mercedes-AMG C43 4MATIC loses V6 but gets 402 horsepower kick from 4-cylinder electric turbo. 48-volt 4-cylinder engine is lifted from the new SL43 but makes an extra 27 horsepower in C43 sedan and wagon. Probably because those cars need the extra power. They need the extra grunt because they have extra weight. 2023 Nissan Altima Spy with a sportier face and larger infotainment system. The facelifted Nissan Altima will debut later this year with updated looks and a new infotainment system. New Honda HR-V will be powered by 2-liter engine, CARB document reveals. We already know what North America's HR-V will look like, now we have a better idea of what will power it. A Lucid Air Dream Edition was burnt to a crisp on a transportation truck in Massachusetts. A Lucid official cites initial reports saying that the fire started in the transport truck's engine bay. What? What did they do? No charges for a Bugatti Chiron owner who hit 259 horsepower on the 259 miles per hour on the Autobahn. Czech millionaire Radium Passer, ironic, could have faced up to 2 years in prison for the stunt. Koenigsegg has just built its first Jesko Absolute development car. The Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute has a theoretical top speed of 330 miles per hour. Problem is finding tires that can last that long, because there are very, very few, especially ones that you could, sell on the car. In any case, though, that is going to be it for this weekly news roundup. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to like the episode, share the episode, and follow the podcast. If you're listening on YouTube, then please like, comment, share, and consider subscribing. And if you do subscribe, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Please make sure you hit the little notification bell and then all notifications that we're notified every time I upload. If you want to listen to this podcast on the road, but you don't ever want the Podbean mobile app, hey, not a problem. Boot up wherever you get your podcast. Type in Cody's Car Conundrum and then choose the episode you want to listen to. I will see you all next time. You've just listened to me probably ramble about some cars, if I'm being honest. If you've enjoyed me passionately talking about lumps of metal on wheels, then why don't you follow me on Twitter at CodyCar, CONUNDRM, or check out my website, www.codyscarconundrum.com, for articles and other car-related content. If you have any questions or would like to become a sponsor, send an email to drtaffy777@gmail.com and put sponsor in the subject line. Make sure to follow me here or any other platform so you don't miss out on more full throttle content. Thanks for listening. I'll see you all in the next episode.